I have just actually heard we have got the lobby up and ready to go. Once again, guys, huge apologies for the delay, but I do believe that we are moments away from getting this first match up and running. So thank you very much for sticking with us. We are very shortly going to be seeing this match start.
Well, the warm-up should be over any second now, and as soon as the warm-up is done, we can cut into gameplay. Obviously, the warm-up period, getting all the players in, making sure it's ready to go. 10 seconds left to go on the warm-up before we are ready to get into the match. So 10 seconds away from the very first match of the Quake World Championship Sacrifice Qualifiers. Here we go, yes!
3.
So you can see we're currently spectating Rel, the rest of his Russian teammates. So, going straight in for the Blaskovets, catching the, I think getting the rocket launcher really early on, but as you can hear, the Soul spawns in 15 seconds. It does not appear at the very beginning. There is going to be that exchange period to really control this location and try and take it first, because if you get the Soul, you have the option of choosing where you want to defend.
And there we go, can fire that. Evil actually has the Soul first, throwing it away, trying to get access to his Dire Orb. That's one thing, in the middle of a fight, we're going to see these players throwing that Soul away, because they need to not be holding it to use their abilities. Blaskovets going to be holding on. There we go, Obelisk B is activated.
Now, holding this Obelisk, they have a lot of open space. I wonder if Rel's going to really sort of frag this Blaskovets. Fearless gets taken down, and again, very importantly, he's going to lose that dual wield. A 50-second cooldown in a team mode, he's not going to have that for quite a while.
Now this is what they're trying to do here, just controlling these other power-ups. Oh, and Cosmar with that rail from below. Okay, so red team now, Defiance all over this Obelisk. Have they got what it takes to actually take it back?
They're going to push for. Actually, a lot of Russia gets fragged there. Trying to sort of sit on the point, but defended really well. Now in this situation, I mean, you can just see how much it's ticking up. And once again, to capture the Obelisk, you have to hold it for 2.5 minutes in total. So that's still plenty of time for Defiance to turn the tables. It actually looks like they're doing it. They are contesting. Can they take the Soul back? They do indeed. They've taken it. Here we go, Butcher.
Yeah, it is on the side of Butcher on this Galena. Running, he's probably going to get it to A in time. There we go. See Russia, they're trying to stop him. The lightning gun comes through. Oh, but cannot use the totem because of the Soul. But did he capture it before? Yes, he did.
He's contesting it, bear in mind. Oh, actually used it as well. There we go. Going straight through. Actually just heard the Scale Bearer charge, but
that was cheeky. He threw the Soul at him to make him look at it, and then lightning gunned him from behind. That was cheeky stuff.
Rel with the, speaking of cheeky stuff, catching a point-blank gauntlet, and they've got the Soul bringing it back to that Obelisk B. But that was very important as well. Power-up spawning in 15 seconds. We have noticed the rest of the team are now focusing around. It looks like it's going to be Protection, and Protection is definitely a really good power-up, actually seizing the objective back.
Oh, there we go. The Soul's been stolen away. They put all that focus on the power-up itself, but we're able to take it away.
Quite cheeky, actually. They probably thought while everyone's focusing on the Protection, kind of sort of run in there and snag it up, but unfortunately getting completely swarmed. They've managed to get the Soul back, though. Can they keep it? That's the big question.
It's quad
damage.
That's quite dangerous to me, especially with some of these champions, but it looks like Defiance are able to not only control this quad as well, but also take this Obelisk too. And there we go, seeing that totem come through, try to pepper some rockets down, and just like that, 240 damage with a single rocket, 328. That's a quad rocket for you.
Definitely no joke right there, but Rel gets a couple of cheeky kills, going straight through. Hang on a minute.
Cosmar gets that bull rush kill too, trying to hold off. This is a bit of a bloodbath trying to get around this Obelisk.
Relatively close game for now, as you can see, 38% versus 24. That's definitely not a massive difference.
And even the Soul's going through right now. Okay, so we can see Cosmar has the Soul right now, trying to get it back to A. Does have quite a lot of health to work with. Looks like he's probably going to be able to drop this one off. But yeah, Russia are there waiting for him. All three of them, they spring the attack. Is he going to be able to survive?
Definitely not. Evil's going to completely snatch that one up. But again, they're sort of defending it. But I feel like it's actually a really good idea where they know that the Soul is in, basically it's in play on the side of Defiance. The Russian players are just going straight in there, and they're sitting on the Obelisk, waiting for them to come through.
Oh, and Cosmar barely misses the bull rush. That would have been disastrous, but able to dodge just in time. On that rail. Ouch, that is enough.
Okay, so they've managed to sort of get a little bit more containment. I think taking those 3 frags so closely together has really allowed everyone on game to really sort of sit there and control basically every entrance. You can see just how much of it they're controlling. However, going in for a ghost walk, Nyx comes up behind. I don't think these guys have seen it. Oh, whiffs the rail. That would have been such an important shot to land.
Yeah, Defiance are able to really sort of control this Obelisk right now. They're just trying to, I think, zone Russia away from it.
But again, Evil gets taken down.
Oh, there we go, the quad damage, but it is just a nail gun. That's machine gun, not optimal weapon, but the important thing is you still have that power up.
But I think the fact that Defiance having the Soul, it's really not the end of the world. He's going to have quad damage for so long. Rel, all he has to do is catch a couple of hits with this heavy machine gun, and it's going to shred. Speaking of which, the lightning gun from behind, Wiggs did not see that. And it's going to be so dangerous for them to try and take this one back. Especially since he's got quad damage and the power up.
Oh no, there's that ball rush. Wow, that was that defensive. You move on, Blazkowicz. I got this. That's going to connect. And this is like best case scenario. You've got Blazkowicz, has that quad damage, has the soul, and once again, Game have control over it. Now it's past 50%, so they're getting a little bit of breathing room. See, every percent that goes up, this lead is going to be increasing. Now they've got that 20% lead and counting. Auto of Molly, he pops the dual wheel to try to keep him off. Oh, that rail to deny that defense though.
Oh, accidentally sort of fumbles the soul toss. Obviously, you actually throw it pretty fast, so clearly tried to sort of throw it over the wall. Hang on, it's a bit of an exchange. Frags going left, right, and center, but Cosmar does manage to get the soul and brings it back. The question is, how long can he hold it? Getting the obelisk controlled is one thing, but having it long enough to get a decent amount of percentage is a completely different story.
That was a really good reactions there from Defiance. As soon as they saw they had the soul, they all here just collected together, and that Galena Totem really going to do a good job of just hopping Cosmar up, and there's the ball rush. That is some of the use of this ability, just in close quarters, just getting that guaranteed burst damage.
Rel does manage to get a frag though, does actually manage to get rid of the totem as well, but you just see how close this is, 60% to 55. Defiance definitely not going out without a fight.
Well, it's like you said early on, right? You know, you will be dying a lot in this game mode, and it's just a question of how do you recover from that, you know? How many people do you have still up to defend? Right now, Qdez is here just trying to... I mean, he's very low. I'm not sure if he can even safely get there. Okay, throws the soul away in case he dies.
Oh, actually sort of bounces off the surface, and that actually gives Cosmar all he needs to not only pick up the soul, but throw it down towards Rail. And that's going to force Game to actually have to put a lot of effort to get it back. But as you can see, they're just throwing it up and down, relocating it after relocating it, making it as difficult as possible to take after a frag.
That's actually something we're seeing quite a lot, though, is... protection is up. Now, this is going to be quite big.
I was about to say he hasn't got a lot of health, and then he picked up mega health. So a protection ranger, when he's already going to do less damage to himself, compared to the fact that he's also got loads of health good to go. I mean, this is a dangerous combination.
No surprise to see him getting so many frags with this rocket right now. That protection, putting in so much work. 3 frags and going. The soul is now here again, though.
But the exchange has gone on for so long, actually. Not much of the percentage has gone up on either side.
Wow, oh my lord, Evil just absolutely putting on a clinic right now with this rocket launcher. That defense was all him.
I mean, that's what really shows. Some of these like legendary Quake players like Evil, where he knows a thing or two about landing those high damage direct rockets.
Okay, so this is good. Defiance once again have taken the soul, and again, you know, just despite how insane these frags are being, Defiance just working around this soul so well. 4-2-1, ready with that rail, just hovering it over, ready for whoever picked it up.
Picking up the soul is so dangerous sometimes. It's so easy to get these strong weapons. It's easy to get railguns, and if you manage to get those really important weapons, you can pretty much, the second someone picks it up, just shred them, take them out. Speaking of getting shredded, Rel with that dual wheel, but then Fearless tags him with the rail as well.
But looks like Defiance are holding on to it again. So again, there's barely any difference in this percentage right now.
Yeah, I mean like 64% versus 69, and as he goes straight through, it's only ever going to go up until they take it back.
Oh wow, and this is just frags after frags, really chaotic. Oh, and Defiance have pulled ahead now, 71% to 69, but no. Game have actually managed to take the soul back themselves.
Really nice pass over to Evil. As you can see though, Defiance really trying to sit there. He's going to take reduced damage, but is it enough? He's going to try and control the obelisk at the very least, and now he's going to hold up and try and attack in a really well-placed Dire Orb.
That's going to do enough. We see Defiance all starting to go here now. Wow, there's the dual wheel coming out from Blazkowicz. Galena here as well, trying to defend and get the soul back, but Blue are here again. Game ready to defend.
I think one thing that Game are doing a really good job of is they're prioritizing their targets. The second someone goes onto the obelisk, if they see an ability like a dual wheel being used, they take them out. Speaking of which, they're now going to prioritize that quad damage. Defiance have the quad damage in hand, and they trade rail for super nail gun, and the quad is now up for grabs.
Oh no, Evil was able to take the quad, but again, they're fighting for it. But while they're fighting for this power-up, Game, you have a massive amount of advantage now with the percentage, almost like 20% again, despite being so close a few seconds ago.
Minor Blazkowicz, when he's got access to the quad damage, I think Qdez trying to go straight through, and as we saw right there, picked up the soul and then used the bull rush to go as straight far forward as possible.
Wait, no.
He's going to take less damage
He was in the middle of the bull rush, and then he got the soul thrown at him. That was some wonderful coordination.
That was actually sick. That was sick. Quake's trying to really do anything he can to get it away. Does manage to get fragged, but unfortunately can't quite throw it towards the obelisk, so they are going to pick it up a little bit easier. And now, Game, I mean, they're only 5% away from taking this first round. Bear in mind, it's best out of 3 rounds in Sacrifice.
Oh, runs through that Galena Totem, takes a chunk of damage, but the heavy armor is here. He's getting chased, though. Galena's not getting away. The goal! Wow, Butcher being a butcher with the blades.
He just ran in there for ages, and he finally gets it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Throwing the soul down and then bull rushing over it to run that fast with that damage reduction. Really smart.
It's going to be these champion-specific strategies, but however, Game coming out in full force. They are all over the place. Rel manages to take out Cosmar, and again, all they have to do is get 5 extra %. They can hold it off for a small amount of time. They're going to win, but Defiance definitely not making it easy.
Oh, and that rail catching him fearless, ready. And this is that exchange. This is just an absolute bloodbath, trying to drop this off at the obelisk, and he has done. Defiance needs to hold this as much as they can.
There's actually quite a lot of members of Defiance on the defense, but all 4 members of Game are running in, and the fact that it's now going to be a 4 versus 3 until the respawn happens, I don't know, this is going to be a hell of a push from Game if they can pull it off.
Well, this is the first round, and it's gone down to 10 minutes. We're in store for a good one, I think, at this rate. But Game are all over the obelisk. They probably have taken the soul now, trying to go around.
Well, the power up,
5% left to go.
The power-up is moments away from spawning. Cosmar tries to go straight back through. I think he's going to try and drop it off, but even though the power-up has just spawned, you can see how Game are not letting him get away with a free drop. They're still going to dedicate 2 players to just prevent it from being taken.
The important thing is this Blazkowicz has protection. He is going to do an amazing job defending this. Having the protection on this final defense, that could be the game if they can hold on to it.
If Fearless can get these frags and he can get them quickly to maximize this protection, he's going in. No fear whatsoever, no pun intended. They go in, now they have it.
Wow, Defiance, despite being so down early on in that round, able to bring it back. Really well played in round 1.
That is a testament to how important the power-up is. The second Fearless got access to that protection, they had the defense that they needed. They weren't going to get picked off for free, and he was able to just dive straight into a fight. Pepper Rockets on the ground right near him. Who cares about self-damage?
Dual wielding the gauntlets. Wow, how about 2 of them?
Oh my days, minced right up.
Can you get more psyched than 2 gauntlet kills?
I don't think so, especially on the brink of death as well.
That's insane. But almost, brings it back to how the decision-making has to be there, where there's like a few % left in it, and it's, okay, the power-up's up, but we also desperately need to get the soul. What do you prioritize, you know? Because you can't do both unless your coordination is really, like, just on point.
That was disgusting. Now, once again, right, so, at the very beginning again, Defiance are now the ones that are holding a different obelisk. They're now controlling obelisk B. Because they got the soul first, they had the luxury of choosing where they wanted to go. So you wonder if this is either their preferred side, or whether it was just the closest one at the time.
Oh wow, that was wonderful play by Evil there. Just getting in now, controlling this obelisk. There we go, yeah. Is their percentage going to start stacking up now, but a couple of them are here ready.
I feel like the trading percentage to percentage is going to be quite foreshadowing for this entire series. They do seem quite evenly matched so far. At this time, Game have managed to actually secure it and increase their lead a little bit. Question is, how long? Defiance really doing a good push here, but the defense coming out, dual wielding the rails for a short time. Dragon Wicks. But right now, as you can see, the percentage is just going to tick up further and further. Has managed to tag him coming up on the left-hand or the right-hand side as well.
This is quite a good place to defend, though. They have access to quite a lot of those cooldowns, a lot of health pickups around, but there we go. Defiance here, trying to get this aggression in, tries to go in with the gauntlet, but wasn't quite able to do it in time. The soul has been stolen away, but not a lot of health on the carrier. Yeah, throws it down, knowing he's going to die, and is ready to catch it.
Actually, not quite. Wicks actually opted to go for the Ghost Walk. I'm just going to try and get a couple of assassination kills before he gets taken out. Comes up from behind, they didn't see it. That's why he dropped the soul, but it's not enough. Gets railed, but now they have to get a soul back. Ouch.
That was actually good patience, though. Butcher was waiting on the sidelines because he knew that Evil was likely to use that jump pad. There we go, throws the soul over, jumps down, but there's probably a teammate there. Yes, it is. Wicks is there with Nyx, ready to drop this soul off. And again, though, even though they've taken this back, there's a 20% difference. They're going to have to hold this for quite a while before things are evened out. And the health's coming up, you know, these guys are ready. Just the awareness, right? You're not just worrying about the soul and where they are on the weapons. You also still have the mega health and the heavy armor. Oh my, that quad damage railgun, that is going to delete anyone.
It's by far the most dangerous weapon in the game, but again, here we go. Managed to take it back. 4-2-1 has the soul. However, that is going to use all of the quad damage time, so it was enough to take it, but not enough to hold it.
And there's that bull rush again. Just dropping it off A. He does getting a lot of mileage out of that rush, but not quite able to defend it. But it's able to at least get the obelisk away from Defiance.
I feel like Game are doing a little bit of an easier job holding point A, but at the same time, they've actually got access to it now. Doing kind of minimal damage until he got there, actually. That 12 damage super shotgun wasn't going to do a whole lot.
The soul going in again. So a Game able to
just trading back and forth. Right, hang on, going straight in with the dual wield. No fear whatsoever, but Rel, again, very comfortably taking that path. He's still got plenty of health and armor to work with too.
quite interesting though, because Defiance, they went straight to Obelisk B as soon as they picked it up, but they did seem to have an easier time, or I suppose a better time, defending the other one. So maybe, you know, almost it was, I don't want to say a mistake to go for the Obelisk, but definitely not looking as comfortable.
Well, either way, it's definitely a back and forth game so far. I mean, just the frags are getting traded back and forth, but at this stage, Game are just steadily increasing their lead.
I mean, it's definitely, I mean, this is like coming up on 30% right now, which is, I think, more than we've seen so far in this entire match. So, looks like Game are definitely, whatever it is they've done to adjust, maybe it's even they prefer this Obelisk to defend as well, but it's working out for them.
Power-up's going to spawn in 7 seconds. This is where the momentum can get turned. Everyone is going to focus on this. The question is, what is it?
Quad damage! So Wick, this is a Nyx with quad. Barely any health, though. He's got to be really careful, but that damage by itself, you can see, lightning gun quad, 28 per hit. Oh, he was ready with the rail, but didn't quite connect. Didn't connect then as well, actually manages to get a frag on deck, but it's not enough. And now 4-2-1 with that quad in hand and a super shotgun, the damage becomes unbelievable, especially in a team setting. Yeah, quad super shotgun is absolutely terrifying, but once again, look at Game. They still have access to this soul. That's 87%, ticking up to 90 Defiance. I'm not sure if they can do this at the moment.
Well, the power-up is not only how you can make a comeback, but if you have a solid lead and then you get access to power-up like 4-2-1 had that entire time, it's only ever going to further increase that lead. And as you can see right here, it's looking pretty likely that it's going to be a 1-1 situation on this map.
Yeah, and they got it again. They tried to stop it, but that's it. It's probably going to be 100%. There it is. Wow, we go from almost a 10-minute round to under 5. Game with that adjustment, almost, I suppose, preferring this Obelisk, perhaps.
It definitely shows how back and forth things can go, but I guess we'll find out if these teams have almost a preferred side or an easier side to defend when we go into this next round. You know, whoever gets that soul first, whoever chooses the Obelisk they want to defend. I wonder if they're going to run towards... If Defiance get access to the soul, but now they gun it for A, that may be quite a clear indication, I think. But wow, all 3 of them spawning right near. That's just swarmed right before the soul appears.
Yeah, took quite a lot of time to finish off Wicks there, though. Defiance definitely grouping up there. I mean, the soul is up very soon.
Soul spawn. You have the soul.
And there we go, Scale Barrier takes it. Qdes tries to stop him, but Cosmar is able to get away, but all of Game are there to say, no, you do not. This is our soul. The question is, what Obelisk do they go for? Is he going towards B?
Definitely looks like he's going towards B.
Yeah, they want this one.
Yeah, there's really nothing he can do to actually run in there and take that.
So despite both teams winning their respective round on, you know, defending A, they're still preferring B.
No, I guess it might just be a matter of they call which one they want to defend. Either way, we'll see if they can defend this going in for the dual wield, even if they get the soul right here. Actually, really nice. Takes it in just the nick of time and throws the soul towards the gateway. It's now going to take quite a while to bring back.
You can see Rel right there, ready and waiting with the soul to put it straight back in again. Defiance were able to take the soul away, but didn't actually get any percentage on the board at all. And Game, once again, with a very increasing lead right now.
Yeah, Game looking much more comfortable after such a good round number 1 when Defiance made such a crazy comeback. You wonder, have they been able to sort of not burn out in a sense? Like, since that round, Game have done such a good job of just controlling everything.
Speaking of control, though, Defiance able to get hold of the soul for the first time towards an Obelisk, and they finally have some percentages stacking up on the board, but it looks like Game are already here trying to take it back, and 4-2-1 with another clutch rail to just deny that dual wield.
Actually make that a second frag as well, as Rel and Qdes get 2 frags in a row, and I think just their push is looking so strong. I mean, they're looking so contained as a group. Very sort of smothering game plan.
Yeah, Qdes again is able to take it, but barely any health there whatsoever. The question is, can he get there in time? Looks actually not going for him. Yeah, and he's got that mega health. That's going to be huge for getting him safely to the Obelisk, but is he going to get stopped in his tracks by Galena?
He hasn't really got enough weapons to do anything, so Butcher cleans it up. And here we go, Protection's going to spawn Cosmar. If he can just get a little bit of health, that Protection Scale Bearer has been super lethal, super lethal.
That's it behind, though. Defiance now able to get some of this percentage sticking up, so even though they were massively down, they're actually seconds away from evening things up. But Evil here to put a stop to it, has the soul again. Now he's the Protection himself.
I think actually if it can at least like survive long enough to run in there with the Protection and just have it last enough so he can take the soul, that's going to be really useful. Trying to get with the LG. Oh, frags, let's try and send them.
And once we find this dead even, this is actually quite important, I think.
And again, look at the score, 22% versus 22%. Definitely looking like shades of round number 1, I think. You wonder if Defiance can sort of make that comeback like they did in the first game, or just win it outright.
Maybe, but they're trying to pick the targets here. The bull rush comes through, gets another kill. Q-Tez is just being absolutely on point with that so far. Well, yeah, Defiance able to take the soul again. This is much more of a similar round to round 1.
Have managed to sort of take sort of minimal score though, so they're only going to get a little bit of percentage. Now here we go. As you can see, all members, they weren't super close, so either way, they are going to get some free percentage until the push happens.
Oh wow, and Evil was able to take him out there though. Did a lot of damage, but not quite enough in time. Looks at Defiance here again, trying to keep hold of the soul. They're doing a relatively good job for it, but Rel with this dual wheel. Can he 2v1? No, he cannot. Butcher gets the frag to secure that soul back to the obelisk. Yeah, now Defiance are in the lead.
Here we go again. Trading the back and forth, but it's just a matter of just really good, I think, just picking the enemies out, picking them out really intelligently.
Of course, now Defiance are in a much better position to be defending now that you can see Game are kind of all over the place right now. I think they're trying to, this power-up seconds away from spawning, they're trying to confirm it. We can already see how much of a difference that power-up can make.
It's going to be protection. Fortune has access to it. Can he survive long enough? Bear in mind, you do become public enemy #1 if you get seen with the power-up, but Nyx doesn't really matter too much. He's so fast, so hitbox so tiny. And now Fortune running in to sort of seize this.
Yeah, Fortune can get a lot of out of this though, because he has got that protection. Nyx being so good at running that soul, if he can grab it off the obelisk, he's in a good position, but actually doesn't even need it. He's just fragging right now.
His teammate's going to run in, try and control it as well, going in as a big group actually. There we go, passing it forward, letting Evil drop it off. But they've got a little bit of work to do to really bring this percentage back. And bear in mind, power-up's going to be gone for like another 80 seconds, so they're going to have to hold off without it.
Oh, nice. Is it quite low in time? No, quite low in health, but he's going to get the frag. Fearless accidentally wanders into the wrong side of town, and that's going to absolutely delete him.
Actually, really nice placement again. You can see consistently what these players are doing, where the second they actually control the soul, if they know a teammate is nearby, they'll basically just fling it as far away as possible, so it takes the other team so much work to bring it back, take it back to the obelisk. Not a bunch of free percentage.
Oh wow, Cosma there ready again, but unfortunately for him does go down. Evil was able to trade out that kill with the Dire Orb.
Again, managed to control it. The question is someone going to be able to collect it? It's literally just throw it down, throw it back up, throw it down, throw it back up.
Yeah, and Evil with another frag, but that's it. You know, Game did a good job of really sort of closing that distance between, but Defiance once again, it looks like Game do actually have control of the soul. No! Bounces back down, that's unfortunate, and Butcher makes him pay for it, and Fearless grabs it. That's probably going to be a no, Rail's able to sneak away with it.
Well, either way, they're going to recover. And again, they've got access to it, going in for the dual wheel super nail gun, but because it's not hit scan, can he land the hits he needs to hit? Not quite, actually. Not hitting many of these shots at all.
Unfortunately, to be fair, that was the only weapon he had access to aside from the starter machine guns. It didn't quite have the equipment to go with it. On the other side, Fearless, though, with that LG being lethal. Fearless able here trying to take the soul away. He has got it. Throwing the soul down. Gets it over the wall as well.
Really nice placement. There's no one nearby to contest it so far. Can he drop off? No! Rel waiting! Well played, and a suicide with that quad damage rocket. I mean, everyone's made that mistake once or twice.
Yeah, but looks like Butcher got a hold of it. Mega health is up. Only 15 health left on the side of him, though. Oh, no! The suicide, the quad rocket to his own feet. Ouch. That's going to do more than enough.
Speaking of which, quad damage lightning gun. Here comes Wix. And again, 63% versus 61%. Game managed to drop it off. Yeah, looks like the soul's going to make its way safely to Obelisk B, so Game will be able to get some of this percentage back up. Now they have crept themselves up with a lead of their own in what is going to be the final round of this first map. I mean, this could be the final hold. Speaking of which, though, Defiance managed to come through, take the soul, but can they deliver it? It's one thing to take the soul, but being able to safely take it to your own Obelisk is a completely different story.
Very low on health. This is dangerous for them, though, at the moment. Oh, Fortune goes down. Cosma with another well-placed bull rush.
I think you can see the strength of Scalebearer on a map like this. You know, not only is he able to sort of run the soul to the obelisk, but the sheer amount of frags he can take with that bull rush in the meantime, combined with a short cooldown, is really useful.
Well, it's short cooldown, he takes reduced damage, so he hasn't got to worry as much about dying. And obviously just the damage it does, and obviously the mobility. If you run through a soul, you do actually hold on to it. Losing a lot of health right now. I mean, you can see just how quickly these frags are adding up, but they're still able to defend regardless. Rel is here. This lone survivor trying to hold on to it, but no, he's outnumbered.
Yep, Defiance going straight in there, but speaking of which, you wonder if the power-up is going to have enough time to spawn.
Maybe Fearless. Is he going to drop this one off? He's taking a lot of damage from behind. Is he giving... Oh, there's that dual wheel to keep him alive.
Really well played. He's got the dual wheel rail as well. That's going to be a slightly faster rate of fire. And now if they can hold out before that power-up spawns, they might be able to keep this together. But here comes Game, all of which running straight through. Scalebearer face first. But I see actually coming up behind. I don't think they've been spotted.
Yeah, Q just goes down. Fortune here from the sidelines. Ready, these rails are connecting, doing tons of damage, but Defiance are here trying to just defend themselves.
Now, Fearless looking to repeat what he started. He's going to snag up that mega health, but the quad damage. But this time, game.
Uh-oh, and Scalebearer's got it. This is going to be really dangerous.
Quad damage ball rush. Are we going to see it? No. No need to overextend. Gets a couple of rockets, but it's not going to be enough. And now, a quad damage Scale Bearer trying to take the soul back as Obelisk is at.
Oh no! That was an unfortunate misplay. Tries to take out the totem, but mid-jump isn't quite able to get rid of it.
It doesn't look like a horrendously costly mistake, though, because Game have been able to sort of take it regardless. Now, can they hold this long enough? Defiance only have to take 10% versus Game's what? I guess it's 12 at this stage. Now 11.
I think Rel has kind of been the unsung hero of Game right now. Just he's always there with the soul, ready to just salvage what happens and get that soul back to the Obelisk. It's always him.
But hang on a minute, Defiance tagging a whole bunch of frags, and during that respawn time, they're going to throw it away. Can they bring it back? Judas picks it up, but he gets fragged. Is it enough? This is an incredibly close game, Mustard.
No, this is a really close one. This is just like round one, but 95% to 90. Cosmos trying to get out. He rebounds it, but gets it out in time. Rel once again with the lightning gun. Can he salvage it? Yes, he does.
But
Judas is here trying to get it through. Throws it up top. Doesn't fumble it this time.
I just wonder if bouncing the soul off that wall in that one instance might have just been the costly mistake that prevented it from going. And here we go. Evil delivers the soul, and now they have to hold it off for just 1 extra second. Is it enough? It's contested.
It. There's the dire orb. Here comes out Defiance are here in numbers. They are here ready to defend. Can they get it back safely? Though I'm not quite sure. Wix goes down. Rel again. Like I say, the unsung hero of the defenders.
And at this stage, that's it. That's going to be one map. But I mean, I already feel like these guys may have felt like they just ran a marathon. That was 2 unbelievably close rounds.
I mean, MVP Rel, man. That's all I'm going to say. Always there ready to capture it and get those clutch defends. I mean, that was... Okay, now I think this is important. Map 1. In a first to 2 series. That is one game. That came down to the wire and it was just one map. So I think we're in maybe 2 more of those in store.
Well, either way, it's going to have to be a different map, so we're not going to see Ruins of Sarnath again throughout this series. However, I just feel like it was an incredible game of back and forth. I think Defiance did a really good job of just, you know, making sure they were able to hold their own against these absolutely insane players on the opposition, you know. But either way, I think it's hard to call what we think might happen next, because after,
it was close, right? It was as close as it gets.
Well, after
so I
we
don't
saw
know if
round
it's
2,
easy to say.
when we saw round 2, and Game did an amazing job of basically, the second round was super dominant. You almost wonder, well, maybe it had been a bit of a sort of ropey round number 1, but then the second round, they almost sort of like, you know, woke up and got their stuff together, and it was a much better round. And when they controlled it at the start of round number 3, you almost expect it to be like, okay, well, now they've woken up and now it's going to be a lot more dominant. But Defiance, they really brought it. But I feel like at the very end, there was that one moment where the soul was being thrown towards Defiance Obelisk, but it ever so slightly bounced off against a wall rather than going straight forward. But that one soul toss which bounced back and then got him fragged where it was then picked up, I feel like that might have just been one of the small little things.
You hate to see that kind of thing happen, but you know he's kicking himself after that one as well. I mean, like you said, it was such an easy to make but costly mistake. You know, when your percentage is that close and you have effectively such little work left to do. You know, you get it on the Obelisk, you hold it for a few seconds, and that's it. You win. That one little mistake.
I think it was
is so costly.
But it's very easily fixable, right?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of execution. It just comes down to, right, well, if some of our sort of like, you know, throws of the soul have not been quite on target, and there's been a little bit of sort of like bouncing where it doesn't need to go, and it's just sort of like, the big thing is that it's not that the soul isn't going where it needs to go, it's the fact that it's using up precious seconds. I mean, you can clearly see during a sacrifice map how fast it goes back and forth between player and player. You know, I mean, even on the spectator, you know, we're following the soul consistently, and it's going between player to player to player to player, because that is how quickly frags will trade. And, you know, you only hold the Obelisk for maybe even a small amount of time until someone else has come through, taken it back, and now they're taking it to their own. So those little moments where you waste 1 second, 1.5 seconds, may not sound like much, but it is more than enough time for you to not get the soul from point A to point B, and now they've already got it on their Obelisk, and they've won the game.
But it also comes down to that sort of like clutch decision-making, you know, really in the heat of the moment, where you might have a comfortable defense going on, but the power-up spawning, the mega health is spawning, the heavy armor is spawning, and all of a sudden, if they're trying to attack and they now have more health than you, they've got more armor, and, you know, like we see over and over and over again, they've got protection, so they just walk in and not die, or they walk in with quad damage. It looks like Blood Covenant's going to be our second map of the series, and a similar team coming out. Not really too surprised here.
Now, Butcher going back in for that Gallade, actually, it's really I feel like we've already seen Galena get picked more than we saw in Duel. I just kind of feel like we've already seen her get picked more, but we noticed the totem placements they seemed quite useful. You know, it's because when the totems go by your ally's obelisk, and someone's managed to we saw it a couple of times where the soul was delivered, and as you deliver the soul, you almost sort of like brush past the totem and just get that free top up. Because how consistently were players getting tagged by rails right before they drop it off? If you run past a totem and you get healed enough, it's either I get killed by this rail before I put it down, or I now tank the rail, and the important thing is I've now dropped it off the obelisk and we can just defend it.
So one thing that I think is worth pointing out is we were told before going into this, and obviously what we expected to see as well, was Anarchy being like essential for almost every team.
He almost seemed core to every team.
I would say that's what, you know, that was a safe assumption going into this. Haven't seen him on either team so far.
Well,
in fact, it's been Nyx on both, because she serves a similar purpose. Obviously, the Ghost Walk being that sort of defensive option a bit more, but very surprised, actually, to see it. And it's working out so well, but it also goes back, you know, this is the first day we're seeing Sacrifice. Some of these teams we've not played before with players we've never seen, so it's definitely nice to see that, you know, things are being unexpected.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's almost inevitable. And bear in mind, there's also like, this is the first round of games where, you know, there could be anyone on any one of these teams. And it's a matter of just, everyone will have a certain opinion of their own when it comes to a game mode, especially like Sacrifice, which is so new, and it's such an open season for just what the strategies will be. But here we go.
Soul spawns in 15 seconds.
Okay, so it looks like this could be the game. We might have to do a restart depending, but it looks like we are all good to go. Anyway, yeah, we're playing as normal. This is going to be it. Map number 2. We're trying to control the soul spawning in almost like this death pit at the bottom of Blood Covenant.
Well, we immediately did see Butcher actually put the totem down to try and almost like, you know, create that area denial, but it did get quite swiftly taken out. And again, Defiance now with that first soul dropping it down towards Obelisk B. Very open space though. You can't really catch someone with a rail. They'll sort of sit on the bridge just like that and just pick people off as they try and come through. This is a very sort of like open area to defend.
But though, it sort of goes back to what you said before about the maps, even though they, like, for example, this is selectable in both Duel and Sacrifice, I should say. It's extended, right? You have these bigger spaces to hit these totems.
Speaking of totems, that one's going to get taken out, but I feel like we're going to consistently see Butcher, especially on the defense, put it down right near the obelisk, because an enemy will get tagged, and it's behind it too, so if you're running at it from straight ahead, you're not going to see it. But Evil manages to take the soul for his team instead, and now they're going to drop it off, and again, once again, could be a bit foreshadowing. We might see another close map.
Perhaps, but this is a much more of an open obelisk to defend, though. So the question is, yeah, it looks like Game are sort of going for this, not defending on the obelisk itself. They're here trying to sort of stop them from getting in either of the entry points.
But again, as you can see, Defiance, all of which trying to go straight through, being contested, but it looks like there's quite an even number of enemies to allies on the team.
Defiance in place. Cosmo able to get a couple of kills there, but does get dropped down to Fortune.
Evil. Almost running into that totem, but nice reaction to actually stop. Completely surrounded by enemies though. Can he survive the fight?
Yeah, looks like Defiance have managed to take it back to Obelisk B again. Seeming a bit more of a consistent place to defend, but Game did a good job of evening things out though. Defiance still with a little bit of a lead.
Once again though, everyone's going to relocate because that power-up spawns in 2 seconds. And it's going to be quad damage.
Oh, and Cosmo's got it too, and he's got a rocket and an LG. He has all the tools in the world, and they're still defending it. This is going to be difficult for Game to get them off it now.
Yeah, for the duration of this quad damage, it's going to be very, very hard for Game to answer back here. I mean, he's got the range, he's got even the default machine gun right here. Like, it does so much damage when you've got that quad. 32 a shot. It's at least enough to just force them away. But look, he's basically just sniping people with it, just keeping them at bay. They cannot afford to take this damage.
This isn't even the upgraded version. This is the straight-up starter machine gun. Oh, he's going to get a rocket out. But it looks like Evil on. Evil's picked it up. That's dangerous.
Actually, not quite, because it ran out.
He just ran out. That's fortunate for Defiance. But look at how much they're already adding up here. 55% and going on. Oh no.
Hello.
Cosmo back for revenge.
I was just about to say, actually, it was a crazy good push on all the side of Game, but Defiance all sort of came on the back end.
Actually looks very stable to defend this obelisk.
Oh, 2 100 damage rockets, really well placed by Cosmo. Actually, he's going to have to really sort of pepper those rockets up by rail pretty much all the time. You know, you cannot risk an enemy from that high up. That is a crazy positional advantage. It's very hard to rail someone back from down there, unless, obviously, you've got to rail yourself, I should say. But if you can sort of just keep that rocket up there, so they take that damage, they go in. In that case, actually, Evil took very minimal damage, so it is going to be a free rail.
That's 80% and going on already. This is insane. This is such a good defense from Defiance. They're just not giving game any room to breathe. And just as they can get on this, yeah, as soon as they manage to take the soul off, just briefly, that's enough.
This has been a comfortable defense. Like, Defiance have looked uncontested on this side. And again, Evil gets taken out as well. Again, going straight into those sort of Galena totems, they do a lot of damage, but just throwing that soul back up there, they're going to trade a frag for a frag. And right now, I think Game, they have a lot of work to do. Percentage is just going to tick down. The fight's going to continue, but at this stage, Defiance just holding off so well. Going straight in, trying to take it, but at this stage, I'm almost going to call it. They've got the protection, but I feel like it may be a bit too late. All they have to do is get 1 more %. However, they have got it. Is it enough?
Indeed, but Wix with the protection, and he has the soul. I don't know, I think this is guaranteed for Defiance. Just a really strong round, and just like that. Wow, yeah, what a round.
I mean, it was really comfortable. Really, really comfortable. But they just did such a solid job of controlling all the entrances, making sure that... Actually, I do think the Galena was quite impactful right here. The totems seemed to just top people up that little bit that they needed, while at the same time, because he's putting the totems on the back, behind it, you can't snipe it from distance, you can rarely even see it. So when you try and take the obelisk or, you know, take the soul back, you very heavily risk running into it and just taking that 3 damage.
So I think an important thing here for Game is just not letting Defiance get that
Oh,
obelisk
the
again. Oh,
surprise!
the Ghost Walk, that was beautifully played.
Wow, fortunately she commits suicide there. Evil gets sniped as well. That was a really well play there from Wix.
And who's got hold of the soul so far? There we go, yeah, Wix is getting it back to Obelisk B. Game can't let him do it, and that is it. Defiance have this Obelisk again for the rest of the round. Game are going to have to really step up to try and get this off them this time.
Yeah, I think Game should be a little bit concerned now, because clearly this is a confident Obelisk that Defiance can hold off. They've got it already, and I mean, like, in less than a minute, we've had 10% already. Fortune gets fragged as well. But just look at the range. So many people on the side of Defiance have these ranged weapons to really just pick members of Game off before they even get close enough. Look at the rails from down there. I mean, you really have nothing to fear.
And they've got plenty of health pickups too. They have all not too far away from these power weapons too. You know, the sort of the key weapons they want to be controlling.
Oh,
Rail from behind with a gauntlet, but he's probably going to respawn in time to get in there. I'll say Game have quite a lot of people going towards this totem this time. No, but Defiance. Butcher took 1 down, but then went down himself to the rail.
Oh, the dual wield, that's going to comfortably clear him up. Now, this is the important factor, but already 30% just gone in the blink of an eye. Have access to the soul, though. They're going to try and hold off, but Defiance meeting him at the point.
Yeah, Defiance have 3 people already there waiting for it. However, Butcher's able to take it away before they even get a single %. That is huge.
Just look at these sort of like just peppered down totems, just all over the place. Maybe in some places you don't expect 1 HP, and it wasn't enough. If only he took that extra HP, he would have gone down.
Of course, that's one thing about Galena. So many health pickups nearby when she's low. Just to be able to, you know, pop that totem and really get that cooldown lowered when she picks up the health. Can be really useful. Gets 1 turret out though. Defiance once again holding on to this obelisk, and Evil with that snipe.
The power-up spawns, and here we go. I mean, I'm not surprised that they managed to get there now. Hang on, a scale bearer with protection. Cuda's going straight through. He's going to be very hard to take down. I mean, it's no surprise he's going to take this one.
But it's super important for Game to have this, though, because not only does he have the soul, he's knocked him off the bridge. This should be clean sailing. Oh, no, but he gets stuck on the wall.
But he can take rockets for days. He's got so much health that, no, he tries to rocket boost himself to get the speed. Fumbles it a little bit, but I think he's still going to drop it off regardless. Yeah, his team needs to be with him to help out, though, because he's getting chased.
A clutch rocket jump just to get him over here. He tries to go for a Hail Mary ball rush. Still alive. That protection keeping him alive through thick and thin. Defiance are here trying to get him off, but I do think there's enough people on Game to hold this defense for a little while. Yeah, it does go down, even with a nice LG kill just to hold onto this and finally Game able to get some percentage on the board.
No one's actually seen that Galena totem near the wall yet. Can he get this rocket to count? Only on 4 HP, no! Butcher cleans that one up, and again, they have access to the soul once more. Running straight into a rail, though, if he gets taken out, it might be good for them, but unfortunately, Butcher, uncontested so far.
Oh my lord, that flick rocket and the jump, the sneaky stuff. Butcher goes straight past him, back to the obelisk for 3.
Doesn't even collect the HP, like wastes no time. Oh, as you can see right there, dropping off the totem for the free health and taking that heavy armor just instantly up to not only full health, but super stacked above it too.
Indeed, we can see there, though. Rail was there trying to get it again. Qdez gets a frag though, but Wix is able to knock off Fortune Cosmo with that gauntlet kill. Trying to defend, and Defiance looking very, very comfortable on this map.
Clearly, this is a much better map for Defiance. On top of the fact that both rounds, they got the soul first. They dropped it on to Obelisk B. They're evidently a lot more comfortable on this point and this map.
Yeah, we'll try and get this soul through, but Butcher's there ready and waiting. That direct rocket though might do enough damage, and Butcher tries to drop a totem to keep himself alive. Doesn't manage to do it, and Fearless is able to take away Rel and get the soul back to the obelisk. Defiance, absolutely unbreakable at the moment.
I really love the movement coming out from basically all of these players, where they're able to sort of like, you know, rockets the walls or the ground to just get that burst of speed. But once again, as I said, that the power-up has spawned. Who's going to get this one first?
Enemy has the protection.
All the protection goes in the way of Wix, though. We've already seen how prominent this protection can be. I think he knows that Soul is still in the process, gets a mega health too. This is going to be one hard to kill Nyx.
Yeah, and it's going to be very dangerous, especially seeing as she's got that small hitbox running straight forward. She can take rails for days. You've seen how little damage still on 93, 75, only just taken to her default health. And the armor pickup has just made things so much harder.
But that's it, you know, you're doing all that damage while you're chasing her protection, but she runs through armor. She routes her way to go through health on the way, making it almost guaranteed. And Defiance once again trying to put on defense here, but there's two people on game here trying to collect the soul. They've managed to get it, but one of them goes down. Evil's here. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, he got almost caught a little bit off guard with the sort of Ghost Walk, but made minimal impact. And again, they have managed to take it back. But just look at the percentage, 18% versus 83%. Game have a mountain to climb, on top of the fact that they're already down around. Rel needs to make this drop count.
Rel is doing an amazing job of just getting hold of the soul. He manages to get it. Yes, he does drop it off. Might go down here, low health, but did a good job of... Oh no, the soul already goes. Fearless runs straight in there and steals the soul away.
Yeah,
wow.
Passes it on to Butcher, who now has access to almost having a totem in 5 seconds, and that's going to be super really good to defend with, on top of, like, you know, obviously doing the damage when he drops it off. There we go.
Oh my
lovely
lord,
rocket
that rocket
jump.
jump was perfect, but Qdes absolutely denies that.
However, there was a Nyx up behind. He didn't see him. Wix with the assassination up behind. Great stuff.
All the rockets coming through. Rel able to survive. Has the soul once again. Just Rel just being an amazing soul runner so far. I mean, in every map, every round, he's always there to just save the soul.
Yeah, very confident play coming out of Rel right now. No doubt about it. They're doing a good job of holding it, but I mean, like, once they drop the obelisk off, or the soul off, I should say, they don't hold it for very long. You know, Defiance do such a good job of just pushing in as a group and just seizing the objective before they even have a chance to get decent percentage on deck.
The problem is Rel is here by himself trying to defend. I think the others are trying to contest for this power-up, but you think the power-up is more important than the soul when it's this close.
Quad damage though, Wix has access to it, going invisible, so he's going to get some uncontested damage if he catches him off guard. But however, there we go, gets taken out, and now Cosmar has access to quad as well. It's just trading out though. It's not really making a huge difference so far.
I mean, there's a lot of value being put on this quad. I mean, right now it's near the soul too, so that's actually really good for game.
Yeah, Fortune, he's not really going to have a chance to use the quad, I don't think, but just having it and denying it from Defiance was important enough. How long can they hold this for? That's the question. Oh, hang on a minute. Actually, no, the quad's still active. It's been active for ages.
Yeah, it's a quick double, only just worn off, but like you say, quad machine gun doing a lot of damage even by itself.
Yeah, quad heavy machine gun is unbelievable. Especially...
God, wait, are Game going to make a comeback here? They've held this soul for quite a while.
They are indeed, and there's quite a lot of them too. A lot of them have access to rocket launchers. They can sort of deny that space, do big damage as they come through, but Wix going in for that Ghost Walk up behind. They haven't actually seen them yet.
He knows there's someone there. The dual wielder's popped by Blazkowicz, but he's actually a sitting duck at the bottom when he gets taken down. But no, Fearless, he actually survives. Oh, not just though.
Doesn't survive it enough. Fortune with the cleanup. Now he's chucked that soul back. They're just trading frags for frags, but the entire time it takes right here, they have so much percentage building up. Again, this is looking to be a super close round. I was almost ready to call this for Defiance and say they just look too.
No, I thought the same. There was a
Oh.
point here that game were down like a clean 70% or something on the obelisk, but you know, Fearless able to get it back again, but he's gonna get killed on the way. Looks like he might.
no,
he's
not
fumbling
again!
it.
Unfortunately, again, throws the soul towards the wall and bounces it, so it's not going to go far enough away, and Rel drops it off.
Oh my word, if Game make this comeback, that would be absolutely incredible going into what could be
what
would be the final round here.
Really good turnaround, actually. Well played by Rel. Didn't let himself get assassinated too much, but the three-man push. They've managed to secure it. Almost all 4 members of Defiance now nearby, but can they drop it off? This is what they've had a hard time doing throughout the match, but again, getting head off by Game. They cannot survive this.
Yeah, and he's trying to get it through. Qdes can't get through the wall. The Super Shotgun is stopping him, but he has access to the soul. He rocket jumps through just to increase his speed going through that, taking a lot of damage here.
He does get the protection, but he's got such little health, it might not matter. Either way, he's going to drop this off, and no doubt we're going to see him try and cycle, get some of that health back.
And now this is a scale bearer with plenty of health pickups around with protection on his side. Wow, yeah, just like that, Gamer percentages away from actually taking the lead. How about that?
Going straight through, having to try and focus the totems, but he can't do it enough. But a scale barrier with protection is so hard to take down. Qdez, the unstoppable force at the moment.
Wow, and just continuing. Fortune puts a stop to that, but not quite enough. Wow, yes, and another kill. And that's it, they have the lead.
That's it. Now they have to just take 9% more, and they're going to tie things up 1-1 and actually be on match point against Defiance.
Oh, Rel with that tracking. Rel, the lone defender again, doing such a good job of just holding off, doing so much damage with this LG. The totem goes down, he falls down to Butcher, but look at the percentages coming out.
I wonder if it's enough to get the job done, to be honest. I mean, just look at the frags they rack up. I definitely don't think so. This obelisk is going to get seized.
What a comeback.
Game looking really strong in that round.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, we were saying it, you know, as soon as we saw Defiance get hold of that first obelisk, the one that they defended so convincingly in the first round, we were like, oh, they got it again. It was like a 70% difference. I'm pretty sure it was like, you know, some massive significant amount like that. And we thought that was completely it. You know, I was ready
to write it off. I was absolutely ready to write that one off for Defiance. But I mean, you know, the Russian squad, unstoppable at the moment, it seems.
No, it was just an incredible comeback. But no, we're into what will be the final round on this map, so it's make or break. If Game win this round, they're going to be winning the series. But if Defiance take it, they're just going to tie things up.
Now, first things first, this is already a good start. They have dropped it off, but is it going to be enough to get solid percentage? Look at this push right now. No doubt they're going to take this soul back and drop off instead.
Game have had enough of giving Defiance those points early on, I think. So they got 4%, but definitely not enough to cement a solid lead. And right now, Game are going to be controlling it back towards A. Are Defiance in position to stop them? They both go off the jump pad, but no, they're all here.
Everyone in this game is currently at this point, and Defiance picking it up before Game can even drop it off to the obelisk. Can they get it back though? Passing the totem in time. These totems, I think, have been really useful. I really think so.
No, indeed. And there we go. Now the percentage is starting to tick up a little bit again. 1 minute in and almost approaching 10%. Game, are they positioned here to try and get this one away? Oh, no, goes right in with the Ghost Walk.
Evil getting almost assassinated. He hasn't got much HP, cannot fight, but Rel didn't see Wix up behind.
Oh, but Fortune, as always, is ready with those rails.
Here they go, they have it. It's going to be a 2 versus 2. They have the soul, but they've got to try and get away as much as possible, taking a lot of damage, trying to fight. I think, anticipating that maybe if I can just take this frag and then drop it off, I can deliver it.
Indeed, Rel being chased here though, but he does have access to the soul.
He's getting chased though by everyone.
Oh, look at those nails. I've never seen so many nails connect on a moving target so quickly.
That's that 20 damage per rail. Definitely adds up and catch him more quickly.
Cosmar getting shot from behind though. Throws his soul away. He just wants to give his life. He's just body blocking, holding this doorway.
The human shield. Or not so human.
They're all here. They're all here waiting for him. Not if he'll get out safely. Ooh, 2 health surviving, but Qdez again says, no, you don't.
Now, the power-up is moments away from spawning. This could change the game. We'll see who gets it. Quad
damage, though, and Rel's got it. This could be huge.
Absolutely. Taking the soul, and everyone has access to it. Now, Evil is the one with quad damage. He's a monster with those rails, so no doubt we're going to see some crazy plays right here. Takes out Cosmar, deletes Cosmar, in fact. And doesn't even need that rail. Oh, no! Takes a bit of unnecessary damage. You can just see it. It's just really inconvenient totem placement.
Luckily, he did have enough health, though, and Butcher, and you see Butcher was still ready there waiting. As soon as Butcher saw that totem take damage, he was there just ready for him to come around the corner.
Fearless taking the soul back, and he has access to quad. Can he keep it long enough to make it count? As you can see, again, Game really heading them off. The quad runs out, so he's not going to get the trail, and he gets completely sandwiched.
Evil takes it again, puts it back to Obelisk A. I mean, that really does seem to be the important thing, right? You know, see, okay, they've taken the soul. Where are they going? Where are they positioning? Do we cut them off on the way? Do we meet them at the Obelisk? Like, you have to make so many quick decisions as a team.
Fearless taking this Obelisk is going to be really difficult, obviously, because Evil just collected that mega health. I think this is going to be, you know, quite a stacked team to really sort of defend against, but a direct rocket from behind. Ouch.
Oh, and speaking of which, Butcher gets his own to defend. The question is, who's got the soul right now?
It just seems like Game have done an amazing job of sort of turning this around, and it's hard for Defiance to push against them.
Yeah, Cosmar's able to take the soul off. He goes down to Fearless, throwing it from one to another. Nowhere near his dual wield though, but was holding the soul, so it isn't quite as important.
This is actually going to be a 2-man attack, and he doesn't know it, but Qdez gets a rocket anyway, and at that point, it doesn't matter.
Cosmar holds onto the soul once again. Can he safely get it through? No, they're waiting. The gauntlet. Fortune holds the blade out, and he lands straight on it.
And again, they're going to drop this one back off. But this is a really pivotal round. Defiance need this round. If they don't take it, they're going to go out on the side of Game. And it's going to be a 2-0 victory. Double team right there. Take him out. But again, power-up spawns in 10 seconds. Mega health is up as well. No doubt Fortune's going to collect that.
And they've got the mega health. Yeah, this is huge. So now game winning recon position. They have the power up very close to them. They have the mega health to contest it.
Oh, it's protection. I'm not sure how much the dual wield's going to do, to be honest, but he's getting focused down. But as you can see, the little damage is not mattering. He's getting frag after frag, and now 15 armor as well.
So they took the mega health, they took the protection, and they are still holding on to the soul. The massive amounts of damage coming through this nail. Cosmar goes down. Fortune being a defensive tank right now. They've managed to sneak the soul away, though. I don't know if he's quite noticed.
Has got access to the mega health, but again, just the percentage is adding up bit by bit, and it's just starting to snowball in this way. It can really be a snowball-based game mode.
Except that direct rocket doing 50 damage instead of 100. That bull rush damage reduction putting in so much work, throwing the soul away. Butcher now has it. He is fully stacked on health and armor, and he has access to that totem as well, but he's getting chased down.
Can't really survive that one, I don't think, and there's so many people out. The frags are trading left, right, and center, but again, Fortune, no! Drops it as well!
I actually think he was saved though. Evil was there, ready with that clutch kill, but Wix is able to take it away from the Ashes, but he falls down as well. Evil is there again.
It is unbelievable how quickly people go down the second they pick up that soul. Just the rate of which they get focused down by everyone, particularly from game though. They do not let the soul go away unchallenged. They've just woken up in this game, and they've pulled it back, and they're evidently really hard to push against from Defiance.
What an adjustment though from game. Just this adaptation has been flawless. That from being such a convincing round one and the start of round two to making a full comeback. And now again, just look at the dominance they're enforcing on this point. There's 3 of them here round, ready to defend.
Yeah, Evil
Defiance. I mean, Defiance, they can't get it together.
Sneaking up behind, but you wonder if it's enough. Wix gets 1 frag, but clearly getting 1 frag isn't enough to take the obelisk so far. However, it is going to sort of go back to that sort of stalemate situation. Now, this power-up that spawns could be the game changer, unless they just hold it off anyway.
I would be inclined to say that if game get this power-up, regardless of what happens with the soul at the time, if game get this power-up on the right champion, they're going to win on it, because they're holding it. They've stolen the soul, but they have the quad, and it's Fortune has it. This is dangerous.
Indeed. I mean, Wix has access to the soul. Oh no! Messes up his double jump. That might be a costly mistake. However, no doubt we're going to see Game storm this obelisk with the quad damage.
Indeed, still on Fortune. There's the rail. Oh no, misses the rail. Connects the second though. Rectifies it immediately. And super shotgun's coming out. Misses the super shotgun, but is saved by Qdes with that rail once again. Being super careful. Definitely doesn't want to give it up, but he hasn't seen the bull rush! Cosmar, is this enough? I'm not sure. Evil does tag him as well. I mean, that bull rush steal into quad damage would have been super useful, I think, if the percentage wasn't as high as it is for game. Yeah, Defiance need to throw everything they can at not letting them get the soul back onto the point. But Rail, once again, no, he goes down. Butcher there. Defiance cannot let them get the soul on the point at any point. But it looks like they can't stop it. Fortune is here with the soul, getting shot from behind Defiance. He's really there trying to stop him. Has he got it in time? Oh, they're contesting it. He was able to drop it off. He managed to use the Ghost Walk as well. Fortune with that double rocket. That was such an amazing play. Dropping off the soul and then activating Ghost Walk to waste time. His teammates followed up and then he just peppered those rockets on the point. That might have been the game winning. Passing the soul from player to player, and there we go. Cosmar trying to stop it, but he suicides. Has he got the soul in time? No, he stops it. Fearless has taken it. They are just absolutely throwing everything they can at each other.
Fearless is going to get a little bit of health back on that Galena tome, but it's not enough. The rails come through as well. So much damage. Galena will not save you from that, and Evil on the point. No doubt looking to make this comeback, but Defiance, I mean, just their name reflects their playstyle. They are defying this win. They want to win this game.
But they cannot lose it at any point, and all 3 of them are here. Fortune with the gauntlet kill. They can't lose this at all. If the obelisk goes down, they're going to lose it. They're trying to attack it, but they are still controlling it so far. But they are in, they're in position. They've stolen it. They're taking it straight back. This is going to be very difficult for Defiance. They pass it, but he hasn't realized. He hasn't got back to get it yet.
That may have wasted just enough time. It's actually enough time for a power-up, but with 1% left to take, I don't even think they can focus on the power-up at this point. But again, Rel going in with the dual wield, but doesn't actually get much out of it. Getting taken out as well. Are they going to manage to bring it back? Qdes has the protection, so he's going to be able to really dangerously push this, I think.
Yeah, this is really hard for them because he's going to get the soul back most likely, but they're all here, and it's a Scale Bearer that has protection. He's going to be almost invincible with that health pool, and Rail knocks him down. He's got hold of the soul again. They're going to try and safely get him back in. There's that rocket jump. Still has protection, but
and he's picking up health along the way.
That's the dangerous thing. He's topping himself up while taking almost no damage.
He's just running straight through, laughing in the face of everyone trying to stop him, and he's dropped it off. Oh no, that was it. Game over right there. What a play.
That was it though. That final rocket, that was all it boiled down to. You know, we said before, if they get this power up, they might win the game off it. It ended up being the next power up. But you know, the fact that Defiance were able to hold off the power up between 2 respawns of it, and how long that takes to come up. I mean, well played to Defiance. Well played.
They played really well. I mean, like, even though it was a 2-0, the score just... I feel like, you know, a 2-0 score doesn't reflect how close some of those rounds were. Do you know what I mean? It definitely wasn't a wash in any degree. The entire Defiance roster played unbelievably well. But ultimately, I mean, you're going up against a team with the likes of Evil and Rel, and it's, you know, it's a tall order, and it's a big ask. But they brought it. You know, they made those guys work for it. But the final play, you know, which showed off just how important it is when you get the power up. Scale Bearer getting access to protection when he basically had full health, and as he's running away to deliver the soul, he's picking up health along the way. You know, 25 health. In hindsight, that's not much when you haven't got protection, but the second you have, and the damage is as reduced as it is, 25 health that you've just taken twice to get 50 as Scale Bearer. I mean, that was clearly enough to win the game. If he didn't pick up that health, he might have got tagged, but because he did, that's what won the match.
But I mean, what an amazing series to start the Quake World Championships off, though. You know,